I've been traveling in India for the last 3 years. Of course, this part is not unfamiliar with me. I used to live here during Prabhupada's time in the early 70s. At that time, I was with Gargamuni. And we traveled all over India, north from Lucknow, Siliguri, Hardwar, Rishikesh, Nainital, Burdwan, and Bengal, so many. And I first joined in around 72, 73 in Washington, D.C. And then from there I went to Henry Street. And that's where all the old devotees from Brooklyn, Henry Street, Gopal Krishna Maharaj was there then. At that time, he was a youngster working for Pepsi. He worked for Pepsi company, young business guy. And so we all came to India in the 70s, in the early days of, in the early 70s, ISKCON, mostly we would have Mangla Artik, the morning program, and after the morning program, they would go in Harinam. And then from Harinam, we'll go back to the temple, lunch prasadam, and then they would have a Bhagavad Gita class. But around the mid-70s, that's when everything changed in a big way. Harinam, the Sankirtan took over. And we was going from the parking lots to the intersections to the malls, distributing Prabhupada's books. And ISKCON went from this level up, like this, just soared up. The book distribution just went all over the world. And of course there was no cell phones at the time. So everything went by word of mouth, and the temples competed with the scores and how many books was distributed. And Prabhupada loved the book distributors so much. In fact, he always encouraged us. So, believe it or not, I joined when I was just turned 15 years old. My best friend and my brother's best friend, and one what's it called, the Vartma Prashakshaka Guru, Balakadas. He was an emissary of Prabhupada's. He came to our neighborhood and preached Prabhupada's message, and so many devotees came out of my neighborhood, more than any other, as far as Black Americans, than any other state in the United States. It was just unprecedented, all those devotees in one neighborhood, because during that time of the year, in the 70s, it wasn't spread so much to Black Americans all over in America. But somehow or another, Krishna put all these devotees in my neighborhood. And it was like 8 devotees. And just think about 8 Black kids moving into a temple in 1973. That's unprecedented. And out of those 8, 5 became Prabhupada disciples. And out of those 5, 3 come from my family. My two older brothers. So myself, Raghunanda, and Sanatana Goswami. And of course, Raghunanda, my middle older brother, he passed away. And my oldest brother is still in Alachua. You heard of Alachua? Yeah. So anyway, 3 years ago, no, 4 years, when the pandemic hit when the pandemic hit the planet, the things changed. And so I had promised Prabhupada that I would come back because he liked me to preach here when I was preaching here in the early days. But I didn't know when I was going to come back, and I didn't know what I was going to do. So for every year, for 20 years, me and some God brothers, we would get together and study Prabhupada's books. And one year, it just so happened that the subject matter was individuals who take birth in Bhagavatam Bhumi. And since I was living here during Prabhupada's time, that was a real interesting subject matter for me. So I started doing my research based on Prabhupada's lectures, conversations, his addresses, and this book was put together. Anyone who has taken birth as a human being in Bhagavatam Bhumi, India. You see, because what happened was most people don't know how fortunate they are taking birth here. They don't know this. They don't know. And you cannot take birth in Bhagavatam Bhumi as a human without putting in the work, without having any Agyata Sukriti behind it. It's just the truth. But there's no guarantee you will get another human form if you don't take advantage of it. In the beginning of it, Prabhupada explains how the living entity goes through 8,400,000 different species. It takes a long time to get to the human form. And with the speak of getting the human form of life and then taking advantage of the information that the Vedas gives, and then taking birth here. So I've been traveling all over the world, especially here right now because it just came out the last 3 years, to educate people how fortunate they are. Please take advantage of this information because, you know, even the devotees, you know, Prabhupada says that just taking birthright, 50%. Just by taking birth and doing nothing, you already have 50% already done because of your previous life. So who would want to do 50% of what they already started? Wouldn't you want to finish 50% of something if you started 50 and you only completed by 50%? And then the second question I always ask, would you want to know something that you've already done for yourself that's on a permanent basis, permanently, but you don't know? That's what the people walking around all over this country is like. They don't know. And they have already put in the work. All you gotta do is finish the job. So this information is in this book. And another thing that's so powerful about it, it's all Prabhupada. It's not me. All I did was categorize it in such a way, because being a musician, you know, when songwriter, generally the song is the title of the title is what the subject matter is about. And so Prabhupada sticks on the points, because sometimes when you book writers, they write books. Within the book, they go off on different subject matters within the book, and that stays on point with the title itself. So I didn't do that. I used the same format as a songwriter. And Prabhupada systematically speaks over and over again how fortunate it is taking birth in Bharat and how one should take advantage of it. And even as devotees, you learn more how fortunate you are. And at the same time, you change your mindset based on these facts. Because we don't know how fortunate we are. We have a theoretical idea. Well, because Krishna is a Chaitya Guru, according to different ID card, then the Lord will reveal himself to us. So I highly recommend devotees everywhere I go to take a copy of this and get everybody. Even what's so nice about it that I didn't even ask BBT to print it, but they saw it and they looked at the importance of it and immediately wanted to print it. I didn't even have no idea that they wanted to do that. See, I'm not a book writer, and I had no knowledge how to do this. Nothing known comes to books, but by Prabhupada's grace, and that's how it works. When you do endeavor sincerely, then the Lord, He just makes a way for it to happen. And I'm just like this guitar. Same. There's no difference between this guitar and me. We're all instruments, just doing the work on behalf of the Lord. So the class, what's the verse? Okay, let's take some of those scholars off. It's one of my best friends right here. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Lama Kirivardhari Gopi Jana Lama Giridvaradhari Shodanandana Prajajana Ranjana Shodanandana Prajajana Ranjana Jamuna Tira Vonatari Jamuna Tira Vonatari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Giridvaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Giridvaradhari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Giridvaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Giridvaradhari Jamuna Tira Vonatari Jamuna Tira Vonatari Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Kunyami Hare Yarana Malava Kunja Bihari All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Namo Vishnu Vadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Chanam Namaste Saraswati. David Gaur Vani Prachari Nivishesha Shinmati. Pastachar Deshatani. Jai. Nice. They did very well. When I go to the different temples and play and do kirtan with the guitar, every temple has their own vibe as far as how they follow me. It's really nice. And everyone has their own vibe as far as responding to devotees. It's so nice. Y'all do it really, really, really nice, man. Y'all do very well. Y'all follow very nicely. You know, it's encouraging. I have to do another one with y'all before I go. Okay? Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Srimad Bhagavatam, chapter 33, text number 1. Activities of the prayer. Maitreya Vacha. Evam nishamya kapilasya vachod janitri. Sadkadamasya dayita kiladeva huti. Vivasta moha patalatam abhipranamya. Tustava tattva vishayan kitas siddhi bhumim. Maitreya vacha. Evam nishamya kapilasya vacho janitri. Sadkarma kadamasya dayita kila deva huti. Vishvasta moha patalatam abhipranama aripranamya. Tustava tattva vishayankita siddhi bhumim. That's it? Okay. Maitreya. Uvacha. Maitreya. Said, Ivam, thus, Nishamya, having heard, Kapilasya, of Lord Kapila, Vacha, the words, Janitri, the mother, Sa, Shri, Kadarmasya, of Kadarma Muni, Dayita, the dear wife, Kila, namely, Devahuti, Visvrasta, freed from, Moha Patala, the covering of illusion, Tam, unto him, Abhipranamya, having offered obeisances, Tustasva, recited prayers, Tattva, basic principles, Vishaya, in the matter of, Ankita, the author, Siddhi, of liberation, Vimim, the background. Translation. Sri Maitreya said, thus Devahuti, the mother of Lord Kapila and wife of Kadarma Muni, became freed from all ignorance concerning devotional service and transcendental knowledge. She offered her obeisances unto the Lord, the author of the basic principles of the Sankhya system of philosophy, which is the background of liberation. And she satisfied him with the following verses of prayer. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. The system of philosophy enunciated by Lord Kapila before his mother is the background for situation on the spiritual platform. The specific significance of this system of philosophy is stated herein as Siddhi Bhumim. It is the background of salvation. People who are suffering in this material world because they are conditioned by the material energy can easily get freed from the clutches of matter by understanding the Sankhya philosophy enunciated by Lord Kapila. By this system of philosophy, one can immediately become free, even though one is situated in the material world. That stage is called Jivan Mukti. This means that one is liberated even though one stays with his material body. That happened for Devahuti, the mother of Lord Kapila, and she therefore satisfied the Lord by offering her prayers. Anyone who understands the basic principles of Sankhya philosophy is elevated in devotional service and becomes fully Krishna conscious or liberated even within this material world. Om Jnana Tamanandasya Jana Jana Salakaya Sakshu Manitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedami Iti Namane. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pacharani Nivashesha Shinyavari Pastachadi Shatarani. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadha Shri Vasudeva Gaur Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So, Devahuti is not ordinary. So, there's no question. She is one of the great devotees described in the Bhagavatam. So many of them. Mother Kunti, Gandhari. So many instructions that they give. And it shows that the body is just a vehicle. That's all it is. When Srila Vyasadeva was compiling the Vedas, he understood that there was going to be so many different levels of human beings. So he compiled, what was that? The Puranas, the Upanishads, 108 Upanishads, 18 Puranas, and the 6 Puranas for people who were in the mode of ignorance, 6 Puranas for those in the passion, and 6 for goodness, because he knew that there was going to be so many different types of individuals. Then he also, what's it called, the Itihasa? The Mahabharata, Prabhu describes the Itihasa, which means historical evidence. Because some people not ain't going to be able to understand. You can turn. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, just turn it off. I'm sorry. So. Forgot my train of thought. So anyway, the Vedas is meant for humans, human beings, and the human beings are very fortunate to be able to come in contact. It's just like, in America, when Indians come to America and the different groups speak about knowledge about God, they have some idea. They think that, well, the Indians, they worship so many gods. They worship, so all they know is one God. And so they actually ridicule, because the Indians, they worship so many gods. Because they have no understanding of the detail of information that's given in the Vedas. That's how fortunate people in Bhadra Bhumi is. Whereas in the West, they get generalized information. Generalized. Here you get detailed. So many aspects of the Vedas that you can use for yourself. They can worship this demigod for this. You can worship this give it to God for that. You can go for the forefathers. They give so many information. But we're fortunate because we get the highest information coming from the Gaudiya Acharyas. Even down in, I'm right now based in Srirangam, and that's the Sri Sampradaya, Ramanuja Acharya. And there's 4 Sampradayas that actually the 4 Sampradayas that's actually you have to go through. If you don't go through any of the 4 Sampradayas, then you're not respected, and you're not pretty much authorized when it comes to Krishna consciousness. But we're so fortunate that we come from the Brahma Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya. Anybody can tell me why? Of all the 4 Sampradayas, why Brahma Gaudiya Vaishnavas are the most fortunate? Yeah, that's right, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he gave us 2 major points. He took 2 systems from each of the other 3 and added them to our Vaishnava Sampradaya and our Siddhanta, so that we can advance even further. The Madhva Gaudiya Vaishnava, what was given was Mayavadi philosophy. That was one. And the second one is deity worship. Deity worship. Okay, what did he give from the Vishnu Swami? Exclusive worship, exclusive sentiment towards Krishna. But what's the second one? No, that's Nimbaka. There's one more. No, that's Nimbaka. That one is exclusive dependency on the Lord. Exclusive dependency on Krishna. Completely dependent. And the last 2 from Nimbaka was, what's the 2? The last one from Nimbaka? That is right. Recognizing the level of love and devotion from Sri Radharani, and how their love for the Lord, the gopis have for him, so high. I have a letter. There was a letter from Prabhupada, and he said that, Radharani is maintaining these temples. She's really running the temples. She's maintaining the temples. We're just the caretakers. That's why, it's very important that Prabhupada instituted that when guests come, because we're like the caretakers, like Jai and Vijay. When the guests come to the temple, they cannot leave without no prasadam. It's very important. And I was in Chennai 2 months ago, and a group came. It was early though. It was early in the morning, but they left without any prasadam. And I saw that, and I discussed it with Maharaj Bhanuswami. We always got to give guests prasadam, because there's no guarantee they ever come again to the temple. We don't know. And this is Krishna's house, and Radharani is running it. So we have to always remember that. So this process for devotional service is handed down by the 6 Goswamis. That's why we are called Rupanugas, followers of Rupanuga, which is the highest. I mean, if you look at it, there's no group in the world that gives so much information on how to regain one's love for the Lord than what was given by the Lord Chaitanya's acharyas, the 6 Goswamis. And then too, we have the benefit of having Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, who was respected so much during his time, as they called him out of the Vaishnava community, gave him the 7th Goswami name. So I want to share something with you. It's in the education. It says our eternal relationship with the Lord God can be revived in the human form of life, and that should be the goal of education. Indeed, that is the perfection of life and the perfection of education. This is what Bhaktivinoda says. He says, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared in the land of Bharatvarsha in Bengal, in the district of Nadia, where Navadvip is situated. It is therefore to be concluded, as stated by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, that within this universe, this earth is the best planet. Think about that. Of all the planets in this universe, and that's even higher than Brahmaloka, because see, in the heavenly planets, the material enjoyment is so high, so deep. It's very, very difficult to perform spiritual activities. That's why the demigods praise the inhabitants of Bharatvarsha so much, because it's so easy. Even though the life is short, they say even though the life's short, but it's far easier to perform spiritual activities. That's why this place is called the land of spiritual opportunity. Of course, they say America is the land of opportunity, but there's no place on this planet. There's no place on this planet that you can get spiritual knowledge on its highest level than by Bhumi. It's just a fact. And if all the planets, planet Earth is the most fortunate, in the land of Bharatvarsha, Bengal is still better. In Bengal, the district of Nadia is still better. And in Nadia, the blessed place is Navadvip. Why? Come on, y'all, everybody knows that one. Why Nadia is the best of all the places in? Yeah, that's right. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. No question, yes. Because he inaugurated the Sankirtan movement. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the only incarnation came and freely giving love of God. Krishna demanded, first you surrender. Sarvadharma Pritya Mame comes to the number jar. He said, you surrender, then I'll protect you. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu give the Lord mercy freely. And then he gave his disciples, the 6 Goswamis, he's very merciful. That's why it's so fortunate. We are He said, everyone who is born in the land, India, has a natural spiritual inclination and is taught the basic principle of spiritual life. They merely need to be a little more educated in the Vedic principles. She said, because, you know, it's almost like as soon as you take birth here in Bharatbhumi, you're almost already in the ashram. Really, just by the culture. It's culture like that. Just, you know, it's so easy to be a devotee in this place than any other place on this planet. It's so easy because it's set up like that. The Vedic principles are all there. You know, you can go to any university on the planet, go to the college, go to the language school. You won't find any professor who would disagree that Sanskrit is the oldest language, one of the oldest languages. Anyway, even if they don't agree that it's the oldest, they will not disagree that it's one of the older languages, because some argue about Egyptian, but we know that Sanskrit is the oldest. And that's a fact. And the Vedas is written in Sanskrit. And the Vedas were written for humans. They had nothing to do with where you were from, which gotra, or which class that you came from. It's for human beings. If you're a human being, then this information is for you. That's why presentation is always very important. Prabhupada presented this knowledge in such a way that it was inclusive for everybody. We're not Hindus. It's not Hindu. There's no word in any of the Shastra with the word Hindu. It's not there. We're not Hindus. We're not following Hindu religion. Prabhupada never used that. He would speak to teach it not about that, because it's all inclusive. And that was one of the impressive things that I saw from the very beginning, that it was inclusive for everybody. That really impressed me at such a young age. And also how the parampara. See, there's 2 systems in the world. There's a bottom up and the top down. But 98% of the people in the world, they have what's called the bottom up. Bottom up meaning that you are your own authority. What you think, what you believe. Whereas in the Vaishnavas, we have a evam praptam mamrasho yudu. Sa kalane mahato yoganasa parampapa. Bottom, top down, coming from the chain of disciplic succession. And that really impressed me too, because there was a complete chain of acharyas, one after another, one after another, one after another. No change in the information. That really impressed me, how it was handed down so nicely, all the way up from Krishna, all the way down. And if you look at the out chain, from Lord Chaitanya on up, That's not very far away, really, in the sphere time frame. 500 years. That's really nothing in the sphere of eternal time. So we're just in the beginning of the Kali Yuga, the golden age. So this information is so profound, it's so nice, so wonderful that taking advantage of it is a great opportunity, and we must completely immerse ourselves in this. And then Prabhupada says, Pada, Lord Chaitanya, Pada Upakara. Pada Upakara. Give it to others. I mean, the airport should be filled with people every day, packed, leaving to go and giving this information to the other parts of the world. Because this information is really needed. And people are suffering. They have no idea how fortunate they are. So any questions? Sure.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
First of all, thank you very much for coming and enlightening us in Dwarka. I would like to know what is the relevance of this four parampara when everything emerges from Krishna, like Brahma says, Isvara Parama Krishna, Satchidanand Vigraha, Anadi Radha Govinda, Sarv Karan Karma. Why our shop is 24 or 100% gold shop? Why others parampara is not as good as we are? Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Well, I wouldn't say they're not as good. It's just that there's different levels of God realization. There's different levels of, adhikar. Adhikar means eligibility. Eligible. When you're eligible for certain things. According to your eligibility, then the Lord reveals himself. And so everybody's not on the same level. Just like you may have a certain realization of a certain subject matter. You may have a realization. That doesn't mean the next devotee or next person will have the same level of realization, because we're all individuals. We all have our own karma. That's why, what's that verse? Tasyai rato prayate kovido. Now, lapyate yam brahmatam mapadiyada. Ta lapyate dukava anyata sukam. Kalena savata gambira ramhasya. That's in the first canto where Narada Muni is speaking to Srila Vyasadeva. He said, Tasyaiva to prayateta kovido. Those who are intelligent and philosophically inclined. Now everybody's going to be intelligent and philosophically inclined. You know that. Even here, this is the individuals took birth in this great land. Still, not everybody's going to be intelligent or philosophically inclined. So according to the different relationships and mindsets, you get it. So the Lord, so kind, he knew that. So they have the different sampradayas and separate groups for the different types of individuals. You can read Bhaktivinoda Thakur has a book called Jaiva Dharma. There's a section there where in the Jaiva Dharma where it was spoken by the Vaishnavas, Gaudiya Vaishnavas, on the highest level. They had some Ramanuja devotees came and they were discussing philosophy. But they could understand that the Ramanuja devotees weren't so knowledgeable, respected it, but they didn't have no high knowledge like the Paramahamsas coming from the Gaudiya Vaishnavas. So as according to one's adhikar, and one's understanding of the philosophy. So in that case, there's different attractions for different sampradayas. Some devotees, they're not going to be Rupanugas, because we're coming from the Rupanuga class, Madhava. And in this, in our line, the worship is mostly towards Radha and Krishna, in all the servants of Radharani and Manjaris. So it's a very high level of understanding, very high level of devotional service to the Lord. Anyway, is that a good answer? Huh? Okay. Next.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for such a nice class. Prabhuji, like you told about getting mercy from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and we see in Chaitanya Leela also how even Jagai, Madai, and different people, they get delivered. And when Srila Prabhupada went to West also, he was telling it is mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu. So, how to get that mercy? Because personally, when I see in our life, of course, we are practicing Krishna consciousness, but still, how to get that enthusiasm, that seriousness, and I feel that can happen only by the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So how we can have that mercy?
Prabhu, you have the mercy already, my friend. You have the mercy. Well, I just said, Tasyaya to Prayate to Kovido. See, this is what I tell them. This is my instruction all the time. In life, there's what you call, zeros. You know zeros? We're all going to have a certain amount of zeros. This body is a culmination of activities that we performed previously. That's what that verse. Now let me tell you how Brahmatama Padida. That when you go to the pharmacy, right? And when you go to the pharmacy, you go to the pharmacy to get medicine. You didn't go to the pharmacy to collect, sir, could I get the latest COVID, or give me a bottle of the E. coli? Huh? No. You go there for the medicine. Why? Because the sickness, you didn't ask for the sickness to come. Nobody goes to the pharmacy. Nobody wants to get sick. It comes on his own accord. So in the same way, happiness comes like that. Everything that's connected to this body is coming. So those are zeros. Those like the zeros. You're going to get, everyone gets a certain amount of zeros. I'm going to tell you something. This is a fact. I learned this. I really learned this. It has nothing to do with skill. It has nothing to do with your knowledge. It has nothing to do with know-how. If it's destined to happen for you, then it's going to happen. If it's not, you can try all you want. It ain't happening. Destiny going to take its course. That's why I'm saying those are zeros. But the most important is that one. And that one is the Siddhanta that Prabhupada has given us. Because you concentrate on that, everything else will take its place. I'm not saying that you don't do nothing, because by propensity, we're going to work by our propensity anyway. But to over endeavor is a waste of time. Put your energy into the one, because if you put the one in front of 1 0, it immediately becomes what? 10. It's very important. You know, you have got to understand that we are fortunate. You have that. The Lord's blessed. You're blessed with this. You take this and run with it. You take it and run, because there's no guarantee next life if we don't take advantage of it. And you're doing it. That's why it's a most important thing in our lives to concentrate on our spiritual activity. And whatever you're meant to get, as far as your life service or your job and what you want to do, that's going to come anyway. Really, it's going to come. You ain't got to over endeavor for that. But we all think that you know, if I work hard and I put in energy, I'm going to be successful. I got to do like that. Got to work to be successful. If it's meant to happen, it's going to go down without you even have to lift a finger. Because you see it every day. Two individuals, I know two people, both equally intelligent, both smart. One's a multi-millionaire, and the other one's barely making it. And there's nothing to do with one's being more intelligent or than the other. It's just a destiny, karma. Karma has a big role in it because you perform the activity to get this body. And right now we're creating the next one. Well, what we do now, we're creating it. If people had the vision to see what they're creating, boy, a lot of people wouldn't stop doing what they're doing and change. But they don't have that information. But we have that. That's the difference. We do know. Don't create your next existence to be in a bad situation when you already got the information to finish the job. Finish the job. Especially if you're born here. Yeah, every time I look at people from Bhagavatam, how fortunate they are. Y'all put in the work. You know, all you gotta do is finish the other 50%. 50%, and that's it. You're no more birth and death. You've already put in the work. That's what I'm so blown away from. People already put in the work. And all you gotta do is the other 50. Prabhupada said it. Finish the job. Any other question? Anybody?
किसी का कोई प्रश्न है?
Yes, I am.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dinvat Pranam. Thank you so much for the wonderful lecture. Prabhuji, I am householder, so I have a question like when to surrender from household life and what are the plannings, like how to plan to leave Grihastha ashram to sannyas and all.
Prabhu, it's like, you know, when you eat, right? Nobody can tell you when you're full. When you eat, who knows when you're full or not? You understand the point? But ask him a question. That's a question, though. When you eat, does anybody tell you when you're full? Do anybody have to tell you when you're full or you're satisfied?
No one, Prabhuji. No one tells, Prabhuji. No
Yeah,
one tells.
so then you will know what next steps to take. Krishna, the Lord's in your heart too, and He understands the sincerity or insincerity. Depends on, like I say, the person, sincere or insincere. Krishna knows all those things. So when that time comes, if it comes, you will know. Don't worry about that. Just continue the sadhana process, and everything will take care of itself. Really, don't worry about the semantics. At least that's what I learned, and that's what our mindset is. I don't bother my mind with those type of thoughts like that. It's confirmed.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Okay. Mataji's no questions? Mataji's not one question? Come on. Y'all all completely convinced? Huh? It's too shy. Nobody has a question? No question, nothing? Mom? No, I'm saying the mothers. Nobody said anything. Okay.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, I want to ask this question. If suppose that someone unable to come here to take a class, and then if we want to read the Bhagavad Gita lonely to ourselves, so it's sufficient to us. Can we get the? We will be able to get the conclusion of Bhagavad Gita without the acharyas. I want to ask.
Well, it's a very good question. Very nice question. Yeah. Prabhupada set it up so nicely. He set ISKCON up so everyone has different situation. I'm going to tell you a story. This is a true story. This should show you how powerful Prabhupada's books are and how powerful Chaitanya Guru is. To answer your question, this is a true story. It's not made up. This is a devotee. This was a devotee from China. He never heard of Hare Krishna movement. There's no Hare Krishna. He never even knew that there was a ISKCON, right? But he had Prabhupada's book. He had Prabhupada's book. So he was reading the book. He was reading. He's from China. So it was a small book. So he took that book, he made copies of it, and started distributing it. So one day, a devotee from ISKCON thought he was from, he asked him, what temple you from? He said, what is a temple? He said, you distribute Prabhupada's books. He said, no, I read the book. The author says, take this knowledge and distribute it. And give it out. He followed Prabhupada's instructions without having no one telling him because of Chaitanya Guru internally, because of the level of the sincerity in the mindset of the individual. Krishna is in your heart. We have to know that. And because of that level of sincerity and shraddha, faith, he reciprocates. He reciprocates. There's another story. Very nice one. They had a festival during Srila Bhaktisiddhanta's time. It was a big festival. And during that festival, they had some prasadam that was to the side. And the prasadam, a dog came and ate some of the prasadam and left. So when some other guests came to eat some prasadam, the one devotee said, "Oh, Prabhu, don't eat the prasadam. The dog has touched it." So Bhaktisiddhanta Maharaj Prabhupada, he overheard, because he wasn't right there. He overheard the conversation, and he said, "Where did the dog eat the prasadam?" So they pointed to the spot, and he went to the spot and picked up prasadam from that spot. And he said the lesson was because of the level of shraddha. Krishna tests our faith. How much faith you have in the process? How much faith do you have in what's being said? If you don't have no faith, then he reciprocates the same way. He doesn't have faith, so it's not prasadam. It wasn't prasadam for them because they didn't have no faith in it. So that's the test. So Krishna will take care of everything because he's also Chaitanya Guru. He's the first Guru. And he will send them. If there's need someone to send, he'll send them. But you just have to faith in the process and what Prabhupada has given, and everything can take care of itself. I think that was a great question, though. Very great question.
Hare Krishna.
Was that a good answer? Was that a good answer?
Prabhuji, devotees, they are requesting if you can sing some bhajan.
Oh, y'all want to hear another song? Is that right? Okay, I will sing one of my festival tunes. This tune is called Chanting. No, Feasting, Chanting, Dancing. No, Feasting, Dancing, Chanting. One God brother was saying, Sambhu, you didn't write a song for like a festival song. And so I composed this tune. And this is one of the songs I sing at the youth programs. So I'll sing this one. I'm being garland up today. Garlands everywhere, but garlands all over the place. I will never know just how truly blessed I am to have the chance to witness, feel the purple potter's flame. Smells so simple and sweet, you can make your life complete. There's no honey face rules, so easy to do. Dancing, feasting, chanting the holy name. Dancing, feasting, Hari Hari Bam. Dancing, feasting, chanting the holy name. Dancing, feasting, Hari Hari Bam. You may your caste, color, or creed. The holy name purifies. You're all yes indeed. And when you start, you can never stop. It's a message simple and sweet. Pure love of God is the treat. If we just follow His rules, it's all we gotta do. Dancing, feasting, chanting the holy name. dancing, feasting. Hare Hare Bol. Dancing, feasting, chanting the whole name. Dancing, feasting. Hare Hare Bol. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhakta-vrinda. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Follow. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Follow. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hold on. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Put your hands together. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Go to Premanande. Okay. I have to say, y'all one of the best. Y'all one of the best. Now I've been to a lot of temples now. Y'all up there the best. Y'all the best. Wow, I love this. Because I can compare when I go to the different places and see how the response. Yeah, you can follow real nicely. Y'all follow really well. Wow, very nice. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Sambhu Prabhu Ji ki. So we are really very much blessed by the association of Prabhu Ji. In fact, the way Prabhu Ji delivered the lecture and very touching the very crucial aspect. And he told us how fortunate we are here and how enthusiastic we should be and how much determined we should be. थोड़ा सा बस बचा हुआ है प्रभु जी ने जिस प्रकार से बताया. That is really wonderful. Thank you so much Prabhu ji for such an amazing kirtan, such a nice song that you sang, and we are really indebted to you. And also would like to request you in the future as well, please.
If you'll get the book, and I will autograph it also for if they want.
Yes, so this is a wonderful book, and that is published by BBT itself. And you can get from Prabhu ji. Prabhu ji से ये पुस्तक ले सकते हैं और प्रभु जी से personally autograph भी ले सकते हैं. So we have this wonderful opportunity. So thank you so much Prabhu ji. So let's express our gratitude to Prabhu ji by chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. His Grace Sambhu Prabhu Ji ki. So we'd like to request His Grace Sri Gaur Prabhu Ji to kindly offer the token of gratitude to Prabhu Ji from the temple. And so
boy. This can be you get the books. If they want to copy the books, they can get them right now.
So we can take the book right now. और बहुत ही nominal cost है, 120 rupees is the cost for the book, and we can get autograph from Prabhu Ji. So the first copy that Sri Gaur Prabhu Ji is taking from Prabhu Ji. So other devotees also they can.
The old school way.